Hey, good morning everybody. John Bergsman here on the Mark I out of Bay's Edge here in Port Clinton, Ohio. First fish of the day, Captain Mark Kalick on the wheel. We got a good friend here from the Cleveland Cavaliers, a little bit of videographer action. And what we've done is we popped that first one, and if you wondered why we stood here and acted bored, when you're fishing a set like this, you've got to let that fish clear the rest of your rods. So just be patient. Hold it, don't start cranking right away. We're gonna show you fish one here today from the Mark I Bay's Edge. We are dead-eye fishing on Lake Erie. It's the new rage. Stay tuned. Did you make a mental note? So that was rod number 3, so we'll have to think about where that was. What you paid attention to is mimicking what's biting, and there's a beautiful Lake Erie walleye here out of Bay's Edge. There you go. We'll give you a good shot of that right in the net. It's a dead-eye minnow. We'll hold it up for you. We'll get this fish unhooked so you can see it. And there you go, young man, your fish. That's the bait right there. One of the things you want to pay attention to is we've got a little broken sunshine today, so those shiny baits are probably going to be the ticket. We got Fast Eddie at the helm. I'm going to let this fish pull it back so Ed doesn't have to. Another one, that's a big one. That's a big one. Go, you got it, take that one. That's a nice one. That's a good fish right there.
When they break the rubber band themselves, that's what you want.
That's right, that's right. But boy, he did a nice job. So Ed's milking this one in. We got another one on the other side, so you can say legitimately we had a triple, because before we got the double in, we'll hold that net right there so you can get a look at that dead eye. See, we talked a little bit on the first fish about the colorations that we thought were going. Well, look at that, same thing, a little bit of shine to that bait, broken sunny skies. Guys, when you're picking out baits, match the situation. So you got a little brightness, you're going to want to go to those chromes on the dead eye. When you got a dark day, that's when you want to build those fluorescents in. But whatever you do, pay attention to your conditions. We got a nice big one we're reeling in. I'm going to pop this fish off. That's Eddie's first fish of the day. Here you go. Hey Mark, talk about that red and white, because that's been a good bait.
You're great. Yeah. All of a sudden, it just talked, John, about the chromes, and I agree with you 100%.
But that red and white.
But this red and white one here, the last few days has been really good.
And that's like anything else. You get out fishing more, and John is a great teacher. You know, pay attention. Baits, troll, distance, it all means a lot. Speed, 70 baht, certain baits, certain colors, get more of them out. It all adds up to when fish is slow, getting your fish. When it's easy out here, anything works. But when it's a little tough, it's a little gnarly out today, detail today will be important.
Fish on, letting it out.
This is the bat right here. When you're setting them out and you dump them. I mean, that's the bat.
Are you in, fish? That's a quadruple because I didn't even get it set out again. I'm reeling it in, doggone it.
Hey, how about these guys?
The deadeyes are happening right here.
But listen, the funny thing is when it cuts with the dog, they're trying to put the rubber band in, and they go, yeah, something's wrong here, and the rubber band won't stay, or the lock will just like, but that's because you got did that. That's why.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I couldn't even get the rod out. That was great. Right here between, now this is just a good eater. We'll just go ahead and flip this baby in right here for you to see. But look at that deadeye. Didn't even get it out. And I love that color right there. That's got a little green, a little white, a little orange on the belly. That's really critical here in the early season in Port Clinton. There's a good example. He hit that on the second hook. He had been hooked on the first hook. And that's just a perfect sandwich fish right there. Now that's one of the cool things about Port Clinton area. You get a nice mix of fish. You're gonna catch those trucks like Mr. Cleveland Cavalier caught, and then you're gonna catch these little fish sandwiches like the host catches. Oh well, guests always catch bigger fish.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Angler Quest, built with purpose. Traxstech, the ultimate fishing system. Strike King, tie one on. Garmin.
We all want to keep moving, and we all need fuel to do it. Now, with the revolutionary Flow Fast system, you can fuel up and keep moving from literally anywhere. Flow Fast will pump or siphon an amazing 8 gallons per minute, so you can get back to what you do best. To find out more about Flow Fast, go to flowfast.com. Flow Fast. Fuel up. Keep moving.
Nice fish.
Very beautiful.
Slow down a little bit, slow down. Keep your ride up. Come on. Walk to the front of the boat. Walk in the front.
That way, no, the front of the boat. That's the front of the boat. Woo! We can't even talk about what to do because so Daryl Woods is a high-tech bait painter, and he's been painting some really nice product here for Captain Mark here in the Deadeye Minnows. This bait, that red and white, that's a variation of it. That's what Johnny just reeled in. Awesome, awesome fish here out of Bay's Edge. Mark 1 charters on a Deadeye fishing extravaganza. Beat the heck out of the fish with a great crankbait on a good body of water. Look at that. Woohoo! We're rocking and stacking right here. So we're running, that's North Bass Island you see in the background, and right now we're just out here in some really good color water. You know, one of the keys to Lake Erie is choosing to fish the right color water. It's not always about where are the best fish. The best fish are always going to be in that little bit of stained water. And so finding that right color water is really critical. Early in the year, Brett will show you, it's kind of a milky, chalky green. It's not really clear at all. You can see down maybe a couple feet. That's the color water that's gonna hold the, yeah, you got a big fish on there. Look at the way that rod's bent. Eddie grabbed that rod, but it's gotta go over top. So lift up and over. Yeah, pick it up and over. There you go, Edward. I'm gonna back up. This is a good fish here. He's staying nice and down. I'm gonna bring him up and keep him coming right to Mark. I tried my best to lose it.
Very nice.
Yeah, another nice deadeye. Notice the color on this one, guys. This is a very cool color. We'll try to show it to you right in the mouth. Look at that. That's again That's what custom painters can do. They can make these deadeyes into any type of a color you need them to be. That's got kind of a raspberry bill with a copper and then a blue, really unique blue target dot. I kind of like this lure. And the sun went away on us now, and I think that's one of the reasons that these dark baits will start to pop. You know, so one of the things, they wrangle this fish in that's fun about the Mark 1 is, look at this. We got the whole crew in the camera angle, and nobody is hardly able to even touch the next guy. I mean, you've got so much room on this boat, and they run a whole bunch of different captains are working under Mark, and they can provide a great service for you and your group. And of course, Bay's Edge Condominiums, that's Mark's complex right there out of Port Clinton. I'm telling you what, guys, if you want great accommodations, you got a group of 4, 5, 6 guys, that's the place to stay. And this right here, what they're reeling in, this is why you come right here. Yep. That right on the end of that line. Woohoo! Look at that one.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Polarcraft, the toughest built aluminum boats, bar none. Dreamweaver, home of the revolutionary Spin Doctor. Lose, feel the difference. WavePro, best ride on the water.
WavePro high-performance boat pedestals eliminate bottoming out and back-jarring impacts. Now available the 2.0 version and slider seat hubs. The best in air shock technology provides a controlled return to keep you on your seat. Fast and easy to install with permanent mounts or movable hubs for quick and easy seat placement in 10 to 16-inch models. WavePro high-performance boat pedestals, best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.
We're not going to be able to get you to move up. There you go. This looks like a pretty good one. Take your time. You're getting close. Right, you're up there now. You got to lift it up. That's it. All right. Good job. Nice job. Way to go.
So what we're doing is we just got little rubber bands on our braided line, and we're using the braided line today because you got a lot less stretch and you get a better hook set because we're popping these fish free. So when they bend off, they'll stretch the rubber band out, bend the rod tip down. That's how you know you got a bite. And you pick the rod tip up, pick the rod out of the rod holder and pop it once, and it pops that rubber band out of the release, and you're good to go. So we've got rubber bands at all the critical sets. This one was at 65, and so we just had it go past 50, and we should have another one here at about 65. So. Looks like a decent fish. Oh yeah, she's staying down. Oh yeah, right. Look at the way he took. This is another one of those that just trucked it. Yeah. It's that green one again. Yeah. Well, we made a downwind turn. We're going to go back through that hot spot from this morning. So we basically did a whole oval shape, and 65 on a dead eye. We're gonna that's the same sets they were going on this morning. So nice fish. That's that same hot one, Ed. A guy in the store told me about this, and I'll hold it up for you. Guy in the store when I was coming in said, "Oh, we caught him on that color." Yeah. And it's they slayed him on it, and it's called smoking water. by DJ's Customs. But I'll tell you what, beautiful fish, number 15. So what I was doing is this fish was trying to swim this way. And when you see those other lines out there, you gotta just be patient so that you don't get that fish into those other lines. You know, if it's a better fish, you just let them rise up slowly as you're bringing them in. With a super high rod tip like this, that prevents you from getting a mess. The last thing we want when we're in fish, catching fish, is to create a mess for ourselves where all of a sudden we have to stop fishing. So it's better just to be patient. You can see, Brett will show you, we're outside the pack. There's a line of boats there inside of us. And when we made our up troll, we stayed outside of them so we wouldn't have to sit and mess around all the time, you know, dodging people. When you're in a big boat or even a smaller boat, sometimes it's just important to just stay out of the flow. You can see all those guys doing downwind trolls. They really have the right of way in a downwind situation, all right? So when you're gonna go against the grain, you have to just kind of get outside of them and stay out of their way. That's the courtesy of fishing here on the Great Lakes.
That's all right. We'll get it. Nice fish. Let's get the fish. All right. It happens.
Now we might be able to get the lines off. Beautiful. They like that. That's my custom bait. They like that one. Well, I'll let Mark tell us what we're doing.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Offshore Tackle Products, FlowFast, world's leading portable fluid transfer system, Drotto, catch and release boat system.
Make loading and unloading your boat easy with the Drotto Catch and Release Automatic Boat Latch. Load with ease. Simply drive on the trailer and the Drotto will automatically latch to your bow eye. A hard plastic liner protects your boat. For launching, back your boat in, pull the release lever, and away you go. For roller or bunk trailers, the Drotto is quick and easy to install and works with most V-hull boats. Spend less time at the landing and more time fishing. The Drotto Catch and Release Automatic Boat Latch. Online at DrottoProducts.com.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So we got into another pod. A lot of times it's just about staying locked in, you know, just keeping your sets, the same sets that have been catching fish before are catching fish now. So we just had to get away from the crowd, get into a fresh batch of fish and wait for them to bite again. Here we go. Brett will show you a really nice Lake Erie walleye coming right to the net. Beautiful. That's a really nice shiny deadeye minnow there. Great looking fish. Great looking bait. Right there. We'll try to get it out of the net. I got all of it but one. There we go. That's when you know they're biting well. Look at the way you T-bone that bait. Front hook, middle hook. Heck, he'd have had the back hook if he could have got it in his mouth. Awesome fish here. So hey guys, we're out here finishing up our day, and I wanted to show you just an example of what the custom painters have done here with these deadeye minnows. Just absolutely beautiful customs. They've really integrated the best colors for Lake Erie into these customs. You see these baits with greens and antifreezes and chromes, chartreuses, pinks, blues, purples, you name it. These baits have got it in spades, and not only are they integrating the best colors, but they're putting those best colors right on the same baits. So you're not getting just one or two good colors. In many cases, you're getting three good colors, like this bait with an antifreeze head, a chartreuse, a blue, and if you look real close, there's a little purple hue in there as well. That's exactly what is important when you're picking baits out, is that you're able to not just pick the right crankbait out, and the right crankbait out, you know, to all you guys who've been running bandits, and I'm sure you got a box of them, if you're not pulling these deadeye minnows, you're shortchanging yourself right now, because on Lake Erie specifically for sure, and probably in a lot of other Great Lakes circumstances, these deadeye minnows are gonna outfish a bandit for one simple reason. They have a very pronounced rattle. That rattle has a very distinct tone, and I think in many cases it can be the difference between you catching fish in dirty water for sure, and in clean water calling fish from a longer distance away. So you've got to get online. You go visit the Bay's Edge Bait and Tackle store. A lot of the custom painters out there have got them in their own online stores as well. And that's a couple of different ways that you can access these. But Bay's Edge Bait and Tackle right there in Port Clinton, Ohio, has got them right there. Lola will take care of your order online. Otherwise, get a hold of a lot of them. I know Doc's has got them. I know High Tech has got them on their store. JT, not JT's, but Real Legit Paint and Customs out of Michigan. They've got them on their store, and you're going to start seeing them in some, you know, real distinct bait shops around too coming up. But for right now, go out, get yourself a bunch of these deadeye minnows, and enjoy the great fish catching properties that they give you. It's the rattles, it's the great custom colors, and it's all of the right properties, the right length and everything to put fish in your boat here on the Great Lakes. Oh, another nice fish, Mark. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, Mark, that green deadeye has been money today. That green deadeye has been a good bait today. Hey guys, John Bergsman. As you can see, it's snowing out. Welcome to the Great Lakes. Hey, we had an awesome day today with Mark Kalick, Bay's Edge Condominiums, Bay's Edge Bait and Tackle, the Mark I charter service, and we got Stumbling Eddie in the corner. Thanks for joining us today on Fisherman's Digest. We'll see you next week. Thanks to Mark Kalick and Deadeye Lures for an awesome day on the water.
Closed captioning is brought to you by WavePro. Best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.